friends, it's Mitzi. Happy New Year. It's our first weekly read of 2021, and let's find out what's in store for the week. For everybody, I'm going to use, per usual, a mixed system of Lenormand and Tarot. So, what awaits us this first week of 2021? Let's find out. Per usual, I'm going to do my 5-card cross spread because I love it so much. It's nice to see what's weighing down on us. It's also nice to see what is inside just bursting to come out. Okay. All right, so our center row is cross. Our middle card is pathways or crossroads. Flanking that is the whip. What's weighing on our head? Clouds. And what is trying to burst through below? Home or house. All right, guys, so looking at these cards, I would say that our central focus being crossroads is we are going to be burdened by choices. That's right. With cross to the left and the whip to the side, that means it's an ongoing cycle of choices. We might actually feel overwhelmed. And with clouds and house at the bottom of choices, these might be choices pertaining to our home. And with clouds on top, that tells me that there is a sense of confusion, a sense of potential for miscommunication, potential for being unclear about your approach, but wanting stability in the home life. So whatever choices you might be facing this week might be a little nebulous, meaning you don't have enough information, but you're so overwhelmed by possibilities. And at the heart of it is you don't want to rock the boat at home. And having an overwhelming amount of possibilities and choices can feel burdensome, can feel painful. And this is expressed through the cross. And with whip, that tells me that it's burdensome, it's painful, but it's repeated. It's a cycle, right? You might be driving yourself a little mad with anxiety this week because you just want stability in your house. But with clouds and crossroads being our center card, so we have clouds on top of our choices pertaining our home. That tells me that it's a little bit stressful. It's a little bit stressful because it's not clear what path you should take. There's too many choices. There's more than one. And at the center of it, it's your home, or at the bottom of it rather, is your home and your inability to, or unwillingness to rock the boat at home. So I would say take a beat, right? If you're starting to feel overwhelmed and overexcited or just super stressful about your home life and the choices that you have to make pertaining to your home, take a beat and make a priority list, right? And tackle things based on what's urgent, what has an upcoming deadline, what absolutely requires an answer from you. And if it doesn't, then see if you can defer any action or delegate, right? Have somebody else handle it so that you don't feel the burden of making that choice. That's my personal advice, but what does tarot have to say? I'm going to ask my Star Seeker Tarot today what it thinks our approach should be, given that we are overwhelmed by choices, given that we're overwhelmed by situations that could make our home life feel a little bit unstable and we don't know what to do and we have the potential to drive ourselves mad this week with worry and anxiety and stress. How should we focus our energy? Star Seeker Tarot says, look at that. Six of Cups. Six of Cups is a beautiful card. It's a card of nostalgia. It's a card of looking back in the past, seeing how far you've come, where you're going, and taking only the good lessons that helped you as you move forward. And I think that this is a very sage piece of advice if we're going to have a week where we'll be facing a lot of overwhelming choices, a lot of choices that can put pressure on us to make decisions right now, is again looking back, right? Tarot is very aligned with you looking back, taking that moment to daydream, go back in time. I wonder what things would be like now if they had stayed like they were way back when, right? Completely fine to go back down nostalgia avenue and think about, how good life felt during a particular moment or when you did this or that, right? But don't get lost in it. Rather, go back and really look at it from an objective perspective. What worked? What didn't? And how can you use those tools and that knowledge to move forward now so that when you start spiraling with anxiety about your choices, you have something tangible to hold on to. You can say, hey, wait a minute, actually, I had a situation like this a few years ago, and this is how I handled it. And what worked then was this, and what didn't work was that, right? And using the past as an example for how to move forward in the future rather than an escape, right? Rather than looking at the past as something you should daydream about because it's easier to be escapist when things get hard. Use it as, what did I learn? What worked? What didn't? What choices are facing me now that are causing me anxiety? And how can I now move forward with those lessons that I learned? So Six of Cups is asking you to really draw into your learned experience and don't confuse it with escapist fantasy, but rather trust the fact that no matter how many choices will feel painful or burdensome, how much pressure you put on yourself or others put on you, you have the capability and the knowledge already through lived experience to move forward in a way that doesn't bring instability to your home. That's today's weekly read, friends. Thank you so much. I hope you had a wonderful and safe New Year's Eve celebration. It's 2021. I'm so excited for what the future holds, and I can't wait to see you again next week on our weekly read 2020 edition. Also, side note, starting tomorrow, I'm going to kick back with our tarot tutorials. I started a little bit a few weeks back with walking you through the cards of the major arcana, and tomorrow I'm going to start walking you through the minor arcana. So stay tuned for my video on how to read the Suit of Pentacles. Thanks so much, friends. See you next week. Bye.